My name is Abdul Wahab. I'm supposed to attend HEPI conference and give a presentation to you today. But unfortunately, there is something coming up, and I've informed the organizer I am not able to be here. But today I'm going to give my presentation through this video. My talk today will be about research quality and the PubPeer community. Yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about what do we mean by research quality and what is the so-called PubPeer community. I'm from University Kebangsaan Malaysia. If you want to know, this is a university located near the Kuala Lumpur International Airport. We are about 40 minutes from the airport. We are a very comprehensive university with about 20,000 students, and I'm very happy to be part of the HEPI conference for this matter. This is some of the scenery in my university. As you can see, we are quite green, and I would welcome all of you who are interested to join or to visit my university. Please contact me, and will be very happy to bring you around the campus. My role at the university is I'm the Deputy Vice Chancellor for Research and Innovation Affairs. In that role, I will have to ensure that research and innovation activities in the universities are carried out in the most strategic way possible, and with the highest quality and impact. Yeah. At the same time, I'm also an editor, chief editor for an Elsevier journal, which is the Journal of Water Process Engineering, with an impact factor of 3.173. And as this editorial editor, I have to ensure that manuscripts submitted to the journals are of the highest quality and novelty and adhere to the ethical standard expected for scholarly contribution. So with these two roles, it is very important for me to ensure that the research quality is at the highest standard, and that's what I'm going to talk today, part of it. This is just an introduction about what research and innovation is all about. Research is basically a systematic investigation designed to develop or contribute to general knowledge, whereas innovation is the process of converting that knowledge so that it can be used to do better ways of doing business, or to produce new product, new processes, new services that are valued by the community. So in that sense, innovation process incorporates R&D, commercialization, and technology diffusion. So this is the very important chain of processes, yeah, from basic research up to the innovation and commercialization. And when we talk about research quality, we have to talk about the whole chain of processes, and this is also include innovation, scientific writing, translational, university ranking, as well as impact. And definitely, if we are talking about quality, we want to know how does quality affect all this aspect of doing research. It has to be translated into certain standards or quality that is acceptable to many people around the world. Let me talk a little bit about research impact, because research impact itself is very important. A lot of people talk nowadays, especially when research involves a lot of money, a lot of funding from the government, from the industry, from the community, and they want to know what would be the research impact of that research. I would like to use this definition, which is research impact is the demonstrable contribution that research makes to the economy, society, environment, and culture beyond the contribution to academic research. So we have to understand, and we have to understand this definition properly, simply because we want to make sure that what we are doing has an impact to the community, to the society, to the industry, beyond just publication. Of course, you could also define, we can divide it further into societal impact, which is the research outcomes that lead to better products, better services, healthier life, better welfare, as well as increased understanding of ideas and attitudes, values and belief. And when we talk about academic impact, this would be the research outcomes that lead to high impact publications, citations, collaboration, networking, intellectual properties, etc. And I believe when we talk about research quality, it should cover both of these impact. Yeah? And through this, we would be able to define better the quality of research that is important to all sort of communities. Next, I'm going to talk about ranking, because ranking is very important to the university, and not surprisingly, research aspect plays a very important role in ranking. There are so many rankings in the world today. In our university also, we are very concerned about when the ranking results come out. Everyone either becomes very happy or becomes very worried. I'll show you the different types of ranking that have been used nowadays. Research quality and performance often become important parts of ranking system. And a recent study, and this is a very interesting study, recent in 2018, entitled "Are University Rankings Useful to Improve Research?" One of the main findings shows that 6 of the 13 rankings are 100% focused on research performance, whereas 76% of the total ranks are attributed to research indicators, with 24% attributed to academic or teaching quality. That means, in most of the ranking, research indicators or research performance form a major part of it. And definitely we have to consider or think about how does the research quality comes into that. And this is what I'm going to talk next. And in many ranking systems, research performance indicators are interpreted as measures of publication, citation, and or intellectual property. And probably this is some sort of disadvantages of the ranking system, because they fail to measure the impact. And this is probably the best way to measure research quality at the moment. These are examples of university ranking system. As you can see here, there are about 20 ranking systems. I'm just going to list it here. Academic ranking of world universities, Carnegie classification, etc. QS World University Ranking is a very famous one, I think, in Asia. QS ranking plays a very important role, and this is quite consistent in the sense that it comes out every year to measure the university performance all over the world. There is also Times Higher Education World University Ranking, and this is also annual ranking, and involve about 800 participating institutions, as well as other rankings that are listed here. And as you can see, in terms of research performance and research quality, research innovation and economic impact, these are being used quite heavily in this ranking that are listed here, whereas other factors are university comparison, university marketing, assist student in choosing an academic institution, government funding or assessment, academic teaching quality, web performance improvement, and so on. So research component plays a very important role, including research quality, performance, and impact. But this research innovation and economic impact is only done by Carnegie ranking system. So if you look carefully in terms of the metrics, research indicators by publication and citation metrics commonly used in ranking system, and these are the most common indicators that are being used. Number of scientific documents, number of publications, number of citations, etc. Yeah, all sort of variation, but most of it are related to publication. Most of it are related to articles and publication in international and impact journal, including citations. Right. So what I've said here up to now is the fact that I've introduced to you what we mean by research and innovation, what is normally considered as the research quality, the aspect of it, and I've shown to you in terms of the ranking. Research performance and research quality plays a very important role, and these are usually being measured through publication and related indicators associated to it, which is citations, what quartile, which journal that are being published, how many people have cited it, how many top 10% of the article, etc. And these are the indicators. So when we talk about journal, we always talk about impact factor. This is just measuring the citations to that particular article within a year for the article that has been published in the previous 2 years. So if you are talking about a citation in 2015, or impact factor for 2015, these are citations in 2015 of the article produced 2 years prior to 2015. Journal citation report. This is also a very important data in my university as well as in many other universities, because journal citation reports provides or classify journals and provide them with the impact factor. This is being produced annually by Clarivate Analytics, previously the intellectual properties of Thomson Reuters. It has been integrated with the Web of Science and is accessed from the Web of Science core collection. And the most important thing is that it provides the impact factors for academic journals in the natural sciences and social sciences. JCR was originally published as part of Science Citation Index. Currently, the JCR as a distinct service is based on citation compiled from the Science Citation Index Expanded and the Social Science Citation Index. So, through JCR, we provide the impact factors and tell us about the quality of the article, that are being published in the journal. You have journals such as Nature, which have an impact factor of about 40. So if you can publish in Nature or in Science, these are considered as the top quality journals and top quality publication being used in these two journals. So the range of impact factor can be from 0 up to 40 and 50. In our university, we are very concerned about publication in top 25% journal, which is people referred as the top first quartile journal. These are Q1 journals, are the top 25% journal listed under specific category by the JCR. And there are 232 different subject categories in the journal citation report itself, covering science as well as social science. Open access journal, nowadays, this is also a very important aspect of journal publishing. The problem is that when you publish with certain publisher, they do not make the journal open access. That means you have to subscribe to the journals in order to get the full content. But with true open access journal, basically once the journal publish your work, it will be freely accessible to anyone in the world. But the issue is open access comes with access fee, which can be quite expensive sometimes. Yeah, for example, it could go from 1,000 USD to probably 5,000 USD, and for some researchers who do not have enough money, this could be a problem. But anyway, once you publish it with an open access journal, it is freely available and everyone can have a look into your research work. I have to caution you about this predatory journal. This is also normally an open access journal, but the problem is that they do not have a stringent procedure in order to accept the publication. So this is, you can find the journalists in this bills list, and the problem with this predatory journal is that it is being approved without checking articles for quality and legitimacy, and without providing the other editorial and publishing services associated with legitimate journal. You send it there, they would quickly accept your paper without proper referee, proper reviewing, etc. And you pay some money and they will publish it online most of the time. So because of this pressure of publishing in a very reputable journals, because of the pressure of ranking, because of the pressure of the need to publish your research results, a lot of researcher has ignored sometimes the ethical aspect of publishing. And this is giving rise to complaints about publication ethics by other researchers. And this could be a very important or significant issues, yeah, when there are so many journals around that can publish your work. If you look at these common types of scientific misconduct, there are many ways or many ethical violations that can happen. Among them is misappropriation of ideas, plagiarism, self-plagiarism, issues with authorships, failure to comply with legislative and regulatory requirements, violation of generally accepted research practices, falsification of data, failure to support validation of your research, failure to respond to known cases of unsuccessful validation attempts, and inappropriate behavior in relation to suspected misconduct. The most significant violation is actually in terms of plagiarism and self-plagiarism, as well as authorship. I will show you data from Elsevier, which definitely show this thing. As you can see here, falsification of data or cases, willful falsification of data, and plagiarism. This forms the most serious of these ethics complaint in Elsevier. The rest are also complaints by other people, but the seriousness of it is a little bit less. The first three can lead to disciplinary action by the universities. And if you look at the data here, 46% complaint received by Elsevier is with regard to authorships. 13% is on research fraud. Plagiarism constitutes the most, which is 46%. Yeah, plagiarism is 46%. The rest, 32% is on duplicate submission and publication, research fraud, as well as problem with authorship, which is 11%. So these are the categories for complaints received by Elsevier related to ethical issues, and this is something that has created an issue, yeah, for many people. I'm just giving you an example, and this is not happening in some universities in developing countries, but you're talking about in MIT. A professor has been dismissed because of using fake data in publications. In Korea, we have this case quite not so long ago, where the South Korean cloning pioneer, a professor in National Seoul University, has falsified the research data, and when investigation was carried out, it was found that he actually did not provided fake data for his publication. So this is a serious problem because of the pressure of publication, because of the pressure of the need to publish in top journals. People can go to the extent of fabricating this data. And because of this, part peer, for example, is sort of a new way in order to become sort of a whistleblower, you know, to report all these ethical issues that are related to publication. And this has been established by a group in United States. This is the website about PubPeer. So it is a website that allows users to discuss and review scientific research. Yeah, to discuss and review scientific research. So it is anonymous. You can send your complaint about certain article and certain publication, and people can also complain and comments about those issues. And this would be good in terms of ensuring that all the ethical issues can be pointed out, and this can be reported to the right to the publisher or to the universities. So the site is one of many allowing academics to engage in post-publication peer review. So in a way, it has served as a whistleblowing platform, highlighted several shortcomings in several high-profile papers, in some cases leading to retraction and to accusation of scientific fraud, as noted by Retraction Watch. So if you pointed out certain unethical aspect of the publication, you can complain to the publisher, and in many cases the article will be withdrawn or will be retracted from that particular journal. Contrary to most platforms, it allows anonymous post-publication commenting, so people will be able to freely comment on it. This could be controversial, but if in a way it is good, because then you will keep the confidential aspect of that comment. The focus of the site is to maintain and developing the PubPeer online platform for post-publication peer review. And Why this has come to this? Because of, as I mentioned to you before, the impact of publication, the pressure to publish, etc. But people wants to make sure what are being published, of course, the right article and the right information with the highest research quality. So this is the website. You can go to this website to learn more about PubPeer Foundation, as well as the website. As a conclusion, I'm not sure whether you get my point or not, but basically I was just trying to show to you that research quality plays a very important role within institutions of higher learning, within universities. It is being used in many rankings. It is also being observed by many people, especially when they give funding for your research. In ranking, most of the research quality are being measured through publication, through indicators, mostly through publication, citation, and intellectual properties. The pressure to publish has often led to unethical practices among researchers, and this is the problem. And this gives rise to websites such as PubPeer, where they have set it up to provide opportunities for discussing research publication, and also to be whistleblower for unethical practices. So this would provide an opportunity for people to rise out something that related to the unethical behavior or unethical data reporting, etc. for the thing. So that is my presentation. I hope you have some idea about connecting the research quality to the issue, the unethical issue of publication related to each other, and it gives rise to the website such as PubPeer, and I'm sure there are many other websites as well that talks about it. So thank you very much. Terima kasih in Malaysian language, and salamat, I believe, in